Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This is just a personal story and just a little bit of an analysis of how we, as employees of certain kind of institutions, we cannot or we are not allowed to think outside of the box, which is something that supposedly we are required when we apply for a job. They ask you if you have an analytic way of seeing things, if you think outside of the box, if you have an independent thinking and all that. They ask you all these kind of questions, but when you get the job, they don't want you to have an independent minded whatsoever. And you have to follow just the script. And then besides the fact that usually, and I have a complaint with level of education in a society, and I'm not talking about a diploma, because a diploma of a graduation of a certain college, it tells you that you went to school and you were not an idiot and you did it for some time. You were able to be organized enough or disciplined enough to show up for school. Why? Because the level is very low. Direct experience, that's my assessment. You might have had a different one. Good for you. So let's go with the story. I went a little while ago. I went to an institution, let's put it this way. And when I went over there, I've been asked by the person at the desk who had the power to send me out or take my paperwork, okay? And I was the one that wanted something from them. So I was at their, whatever they wanted. And that person over there behind that desk had the power to do whatever they wanted with my request. And she was a public servant, by the way. All right? So I showed up and she said, well, can you provide a picture ID, identification, picture identification. All right, well, I took my little wallet and I pulled out a state-issued identification card. Right? It was a concealed weapon permit. All right? On that one, you have your date of birth. You have a picture of you. All right? You have the issue, the expiration, your address. I think you have it. Your height, like a driver's license. And you have over there that's issued by the state. A driver's license is also issued by the state. In order for you to have a concealed weapon permit, you have to provide an ID, state ID or a driver's license. A driver's license can be used as an ID, right? But you can have an ID card. All right, so I gave her that card. Just by mistake. It was not like, oh, I'm going to test this woman. I wanted things solved. I gave you that, she took it, and she expected me to give her the driver's license. And said, well, I can't take this. I said, why? Well, this is not a driver's license. I said, why would you need a driver's license but when I'm not driving? You wanted a pictured ID issued by the state that we are in. Here we go. Because on it is a state of this, state of that, and without an ID, without some kind of documents, I can't get this one, okay? So if I have this one, that means I provided those. Very logical, correct? I would say so. So I gave her that and she said, no, I can't. I want a driver's license. But I explained to her exactly what I told you. This is a legal identification card for my concealed permit, right? Concealed weapon permit, pistol permit, and so on. I gave it to her. She said, no, I need a driver's license. I said, you didn't say a driver's license. If I give you an ID card and it's not a driver's license, are you going to accept it? Issued by our state? Yes. I said, why? Why do you need a driver's license, which gives me the right to drive, which is actually the same thing as the other one, gives me the right to carry a gun concealed. It's just a permit. That's a gun permit. This is a driving permit. So you need an ID. Anyway, that was her level. And she said, no, you're going to give me a driver's license or she was God over there. Well, since I was the one who wanted something and I was at the realm of a person with an an IQ of 25 or something, I don't want to call a manager with an ID of 35 and then maybe call someone else with 55, or maybe they will call the police for, I don't know, my tone maybe, and they will kick me out and arrest me, and then I have a picture, a mug picture, okay? So I avoided all that. Just to tell you how you deal with people with 24 IQ, and they require certain things without thinking is the same thing what you asked me. Driver's license with this is just a permit to be able to drive, permit to be able to carry. The ID is a different thing. Anyway, and she didn't ask me for an ID. She asked me for an ID, not for a driver's license. Anyway, I know their policies. I worked with policies. I know exactly what policies say. And if someone says, well, like right now, if in her policy would have been, I need only a driver's license of this issued by the state of blah, 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 you're not going to go around that. You're not going to around that. But she didn't say that. She said, I picture ID. Anyway, forget about it. That's the first, crying jag that I have. And the other one is this. How should I start this one? You go and get your driver's license, right? What do you do for that? You have to pass some tests. They verify if you have any problems, blah, 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 blah. You go and get a test, and you pass a test. That means you graduated something. And that means they're going to put you somewhere in the record that you graduated. You have it. And they give you a card, which is a driver's license, a card. That's not it, because if I somehow break that and I lose it, it doesn't mean I don't have a driver's license anymore, because I can always go to the Secretary of State and get another one. Why? Because I have a driver's license. I don't have the piece of plastic. The piece of plastic is just for me to extra. The reality that I have a driver's license is in the records. So I should have a driver's license valid with that card or without that card. Now, if a police officer stops you, the traffic stop or traffic offense, they ask you for your driver's license and the registration proof of insurance. Boom. Okay. What if you say, I don't have my driver's license? What is he going to do? He's going to fine you for that or maybe arrest you for that. Why? Because you don't have the piece of plastic. You say, well, that's how the policy goes. But is the policy right or is it an idiotic policy? I tell you why. Because if that guy stopped you while you were driving, he's driving a police car, right? And if he's driving a police car, I know that if he walks back there, if I say, okay, my name is Tom Jones, born on June 7th, 1940, he can go over there, put his little raccoon fingers over there on his little computer on the side as he sits over there, and he's going to find exactly my face from my driver's license with everything over there. He can identify me, right? He say, yes, this guy is authorized to drive a car. His authorization is not pending or doesn't depend on if you have that piece of shit in your hand or not. You know what I mean? If right now I go somewhere, I say, well, even though it's a little bit different in this circumstance because you have to prove it, but here, he can verify right there with you. And besides, you are paying for his services. He's a public servant. So he can walk his butt to his car, put your name and your date of birth, and finds more than you think he's going to find on you over there. If he wants to find your criminal history, he can check. Because for his own safety, he can do a lot of things. All right? So he can verify, and he can hold you over there for how long he thinks is necessary. Even though there's a certain kind of time that he can keep you there. But what I'm saying, that little piece of card should not be necessary. You should not be fined if you have it. If you're on the street, and some countries, some states have this, if you have to have your ID on you at all times. If you don't have it, you're arrested. But the same thing, if you tell them the name, oh no, I have an ID. My name is Tom Jones, blah, 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 blah. He usually doesn't stop you walking or on a horse, okay? He's with a car, with a unit, okay? So he's over there. He's gonna go back there, put your name. He's gonna see your face. He's gonna see that's the idiot. Yeah, that's the idiot right here. He's right here. Got any warrants? That's what the first thing they look. Got any warrants? No. Okay. It's got any, how should I put it, child support unpaid, which usually goes to a warrant? No. It's got anything? No. Okay, okay, let's go. Go, go, go. Move on. Move, bye, roll. But there's this thing with that person at a desk who got blocked in her little 24 IQ. No, I need only a driver's license. Even though a driver's license, he needs a picture ID issued by the state. Anything would work. No. This guy, the police, and I'm not blaming him, the police officer, whatsoever. It's how I think it's just stupid. It's just stupid. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video regarding this and have my little cry. I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of explanations for both things, but the one with giving her my permit, which permit to carry versus a permit to drive a car. She wanted the permit to drive a car, which that permit was made with an ID. It's unbelievable. In order to make your driver's license, to make it, you have to bring a birth certificate, you have to bring a previous ID if you have. If you don't have, let's say you don't have, you bring a passport. In order to make a passport, you need a birth certificate to prove this and that. Or I don't know, if you're a naturalized citizen, then you bring the naturalization certificate and so on, which they also have. But they don't communicate, you know. I understand that. You make a passport, they can find all these things. But I know certain information are not, going together, are parallel. But the police officer, he asked me about my driver's license. I'm driving. Basically, go and put my freaking name, you find my picture over there. And I had conversations with some people, they said, no, you have to do it because that's the policy. I tried to explain, no, but that's the policy. But you understand that piece of the card doesn't really mean anything. It's just for this guy to be what? What if you don't have it? You don't have it. You don't have a driver's license. You don't have the right to drive a car. And why is that? That means you lost your training. You don't know how to drive if you don't have that piece of shit. Why should that be necessary? Well, maybe to make some money, to be easier on the cop, whatever. So the same thing with the other one. Anyway, I'm just pointing out because I had some frustrations with this, and a little bit, but I think it's just, things are as they are, and I wonder why this guy, the police officers, can't do that. The other guys, anyway, make it more regimented. Me to carry a card with me. Why? Because this guy, thank you, and the other one is, no, I need a picture ID, a driver's license. Well, you need a license. This is a pistol license. That's a driving license. Issued by the same institution, based on the same information, both of them. They have the same value, they have different use. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. I took my driver's license and I gave it to her, so I got all those things solved, just so you know. So I had to be an idiot and play the idiocracy. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gone anywhere. I mean, probably, but I would have wasted time, anger, maybe, because my tone would have been a little bit changed after wasting 50 minutes with 5 idiots over there, one after another, supervisor of the supervisor. It happened to me. I didn't get there, but it happened to me to that point. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's about being human and being humanized or dehumanized, being just a machine. All right. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. And one more thing. God forbid you are investigated. God forbid you are falling under a certain kind of investigation, you are done. Because there are so many policies and so little human leverage. No. And you speak with machines. Speak with an investigator. Rarely you can do certain things left, right. And if you do it, you have so many checks behind you that it's just, everything could be done with a computer. Put all these requirements in a computer, get the interviews through a computer who's going to ask you the questions, you give the answers to the computer processes, you make the program, that's a good answer, it's a bad answer, and you can be found guilty based by or the evidence of preponderance, or you can be whatever, beyond any reasonable doubt, and send it to the prosecutor's attorney's office, and there you have it. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.